Here is one guy. This guy is Piero. Here. Here there is another guy. This guy is Jean. It's April, it's the spring, 1941. Piero and Jean. And they walk. They walk in this field. The flowers are blossoming in this field. And they're walking, but they don't see each other yet. Then, at a certain point, Piero looks that there is somebody on the other side of the field. And this guy is Jean. And Piero remembers that he has a gun. And looks at Jean and sees that also Jean has a gun. And now there is a song in Italy that tells a little bit of what happens next. I'm going to sing just a very short part of the song. The song is in Italian, unfortunately. But I'm going to explain it later. I know there will be some people that will learn a little bit more Italian. True?
True.
Sparagli Piero, sparagli ora, e dopo un colpo sparagli ancora, fino a che tu non lo vedrai esangue, cadere a terra in mezzo al suo sangue. E se gli sparo in fronte o nel cuore, soltanto il tempo avrà per morire, ma il tempo a me resterà per vedere gli occhi di un uomo che muore. So what does it happen? It happens that Piero looks at Jean, but he doesn't want to kill Jean. Although he sees that those two people, they have a different color of their shirts because they belong to two different armies. But Jean looks at Piero and he kills him. So Piero dies. So this is 1941. Piero is true. Piero is really part of the song. Jean is not true. I'm just inventing it. Okay? But still, it could have been part of the song and the story. Jean, at a certain point, Jean is a French guy. At that time, Jean was 29 years old. And he realizes at the end of the war that all these people that he had killed, and he was extremely good at killing people, all these people were just like him. So why was he killing people? So he received a medal, in fact, from the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And after a certain point, he starts to think that, okay, I don't want this medal anymore. So he writes a letter to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and he says, I'm sorry, but I'm going to give you the medal back because from now on, I will work just to reconcile people and not to kill them. Okay, now who is this Jean? His name is Jean. His last name is Goss. This part of the story is true. I'm not inventing anything. Jean Goss was for 21 years sitting on the same chair where I'm sitting now. Well, it was much more inspiring, a much bigger sound than what I am, but still. Now, the question is, where am I sitting? I have to go back again. 1941 was the beginning of this story. I go back 1914. Again, you can imagine another field. Everything is blossoming also there. It is the south of Germany. There is a big lake. Well, not too big. Very nice one. with castles around. And the name of the city is Constance. Now, in this city, there is a group of people that is meeting to discuss about peace. How Christians of different traditions can work together to make peace. Well, while they are discussing, they receive the notice that they receive the news that in fact Germany and England and other countries are starting the First World War. So two of these people, one is an English Quaker, that's what Mark was referring before, and a German Protestant pastor. They go together at the station, at the railway station, because they have to leave the conference. The war is starting, it's not a joke. They have to go back to their own countries. And they look into each other's eyes, and they promise each other that they would have never been at war to each other nor to their fellow citizens, although their own countries were at war. And you can imagine that in 1914, the cultural context was extremely heavy when you were at war with each other. But not only that, they also promised each other that at the end of the war, they would have started to work to reconcile people. So that time, 1914, was the beginning of the International Fellowship of Reconciliation. Those two people there meeting at that conference in Constance were meeting. This was the start of the International Fellowship of Reconciliation. What is today? Today there are 70 different members of the International Fellowship of Reconciliation in 40 countries around the world. And of course, the United States and the Fellowship of Reconciliation in the United States is one of the biggest one of those 70 branches. Now, here, today, the International Committee, as Mark said before, is meeting, is gathering to discuss where are the areas and what is the need for the and what is the role that the International Fellowship of Reconciliation still needs to play in the war, in the world. So where are the places where there is still a need for a work on reconciliation? So now I would like to ask, anyway, since, as I said, I am very small. I started 2 months ago, but there are people that work for years and decades, in fact, in the International Fellowship of Reconciliation, and those people are part of the International Committee. So I would like to ask the International Committee to come here with me, please. Introduce each one of them, if I may. They asked me to speak on behalf of the organization. So, Anzuli, I start by Anzuli. Anzuli lives in a very nice village in Switzerland. But he also lives a few kilometers away from that town of Constance. And he's the president of the International Fellowship of Reconciliation. Clap, please. Well, it seems that the geographical proximity is very important in the International Fellowship of Reconciliation. Davorka, she lives, well, not too, a little bit far further from that lake in Constance, but still in the same country, Germany, although she is from Croatia. So we understand each other, since I'm sometimes. And she is the vice president of the International Fellowship of Reconciliation. Okay, I have to say that my first trip in another continent was to Africa. And when I hear African people and I talk to African people, there is something inside myself that I don't know what it is, but it really breaks me down. And this happens also with Jean-Pierre, that is from Congo and is one of the members of the international community. What should I say about this guy? Everyone knows this guy here. I talked to someone here, and I'm here because of Lucas. I talked to somebody else, I'm here because of Lucas. So I don't say anything. This is Lucas and another member of the international community. Okay, as I said, we like geographical proximity. So if someone is from Atlanta, then he cannot be alone. There is a need for somebody else. A very strong woman leading another group. Okay. When I was in school, there were 3 numbers that I liked a lot. One was number 3. Okay, that's easy. Everyone likes number 3. One was the number 7. This is also easy. Many people like number 7. Then there was a number that I always wanted to have on the back of my shirt because I like soccer, and the best player in soccer has the number 9.
Yeah.
He's the forward. Huh?
Yeah.
So here is Kyoko, that everyone knows about the number 9, is the article of the Constitution of Japan talking about peace.
No war.
Peace and no war. So Kyoko from Japan, a strong woman. That said, I want to really thank you, all of you. I think I am, but I would say on behalf of the organization and the International Committee, we are really glad to be here in Atlanta. We were welcomed in such a warm way all the days that we were here, and I'm sure it will happen also tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, the next 2 days that we will continue to work here. But I have a request, which is a task for you. I've never been out to Atlanta in those 2 days that I was here, so I expect to do it tonight. Thank you very much.